Hey guys, Jay here with BTP. What I'm going to show you today is going to be a modified kind of side plank and clamshell. You can kind of combine the two together. So for those of you that have done the clamshells and done the side plank off the knees, you can do both those under control. You can give this one a shot. For those of you that are kind of looking for a little bit of, I guess, kind of a hip warm up or a great core exercise, I would suggest give this one a try. So for those of you that have done side planks, right, going off the knees, elbow underneath the shoulder, right? I don't want to sit inside the shoulder, so I want to have my neck kind of pulled away from the shoulder. Elbow underneath, I'm going to press down with my forearm, and I'm going to be pushing the ground away from me just to activate my shoulder stabilizers. Going off of the knees, when I'm pressing up, I'm going to actually squeeze my glutes to come forward a little bit. So that way, if someone sees me from above, they should see me in a straight line, rather than having my hips back and lifting up this way. So then my knees will be forward, my hips back, right? So when I come forward, or when I come up to my top position, wherever that is, I want to be in a straight line, shoulders, hips, and knees. So for this variation, you can start with just body weight. So we would start with opening up the knees, right? So for the clamshells, if we've done those right, we're just opening up the knees, the hips keep from rolling back. And we can use a band, and I'll show you that later. But this one, we're going to be in a side plank position. You're going to externally rotate at the hip. Now from here, we're going to push off of that one leg and push that hip forward. So I'm essentially pushing my hip forward, in this case towards the mirror, as we do this. So you'll have the glutes firing, both with the rotators, glute med, to help lift up and to push you forward. So externally rotate, push forward, and come back down, lower down. Right? So again, up, push forward, come back. Okay? So that would be kind of one variation. Another one you can always do is add a band. So all we would have to do is tie off. You can go above and below the knee, or if it's your first time working with the bands, you can always just start with one band above the knee. So from here, do the same thing. We externally rotate, push forward, come back down, relax. So again, I'm lifting, push forward, come back and down. Lift, forward, back, down. So your core here is just stabilizing, right? Same as you would in a side plank. The only difference is we are externally rotating, so getting both hips to fire, and pushing that hip forward just a little bit, just off of that one leg on its own. The other side would be exactly the same thing. All right, so I'm bent, knee comes up, push up, and come back down. Lower down, externally rotate, squeeze the hip, pushing the hip forward, bring it back down, relax. Externally rotate, squeeze, come back down. Okay, so for those of you that are kind of doing fire hydrants and stuff like that, you can always give this one a shot and go from there. Another variation that you can do is just lengthen the lever. So by that I mean, if my knees are bent, it's a short lever here. If I elongate my leg, this is going to be a longer lever for my hip to deal with. All right, so if I externally rotate and I extend my leg out, it's going to be more challenging for this side. Now make sure that you don't open up the hip to use the quad in this position. So externally rotate, extend the knee, push up, come back down. Okay. Give it a shot and let me know what you think.